All right, fam. It's the day after Memorial Day. It's May 30th. I've had this appointment to get detailed for a couple of weeks now, and man, I've been looking forward to it so much. I'm going to show you guys when we get up here to his shop. That way you can see before and after, like right there. But there's some, it's a 16, 15-year-old motorcycle. There's scratches on the tank. There's some wear marks in the back on the fender. And that's not abnormal for a bike that's 16 years old, 15 years old, however old it is. Yeah, this is one of the last things we got to do. We're going to get this done today, and then Friday, my other day off this week, we're gonna go through the brakes. We're gonna do the front brake, rear brake, and then change the rear brake light switch. Shelby and I noticed, if you watch that video, that that brake light switch isn't working. Pretty cheap part, man. It's like, I don't know, $8 or something like that, $15. I guess it happens relatively often. Shelby told me they keep a bunch of them in stock because it happens so frequently that they have to change them out. You guys that love to hate on Harley Davidson, I bet you love hearing that. They all have constant problems all the time. If you watch the tire video, I excused myself for some audio issues that I was going to have, and I hope you guys will excuse me too. We also have a new Sena. I've been routing my audio through a Sena 50S since August of 2021, and that was like the first issue, like 50S-01 model. Very first model. It served me very well. They have a 2-year warranty, and I started having some problems. It was really difficult to turn on and off. You've got to do a button combination to get it to turn on and off. I don't know which button was malfunctioning or if both buttons are malfunctioning, but I might do a video about bullshit warranties. But it's a good warranty that is 2 years. Problem is, like some warranties out there, they won't just send me another one. I have to send mine in at my expense. It even says the words "at your expense" in the RMA email. After they receive it, it takes them 5 to 10 days to process your claim, see if it's even a warranty eligible thing. Then they'll send you a new one or send yours back with a note that says, "Hey, too bad, so sad." That means I'm without my primary means of audio routing for who knows how long. 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. That won't do. So I did buy another one. I put a poll out there on the interwebs, on the Instagram, and asked folks, hey, what should I get? Sena or Cardo? And Cardo won by a landslide. Cardo, I tagged both Sena and Cardo in that story, and Cardo actually responded. They voted, and they actually responded. They're like, hey, you know what we think, which is kind of cool. I'm going to tell you why I went 50S again. I have this audio routing. I have this all figured out. It's very simple for me. And I could figure out Cardo, but I'm watching a couple of videos out there on how to set up your cardio, on how to set up your Cardo for this type of recording. And there's a couple more hoops you have to jump through. I need 2 more cables. And if I interpreted the video right, 2 mics. Not really a fan of that. And then one of the videos I watched, it makes separate audio files. Like, nah, I don't want to mess with that. Plus, the wife is using a Sena, so it's like, well, if I get Cardo, I have to get the double pack. And it just sounded like a whole lot of hoops. So we're going to give this one a go. Good news is I'm going to send that other Sena out, and if they find that it's eligible for warranty, I'll get it back and I'll have a third as a backup for one of us in case we ever need it. Kind of expensive backup. Hey, the good news there on that is that you guys can look up, see how much they are. They're not very cheap, and it's an expense I wasn't counting on, so that always sucks. I actually had a negative balance on my Amazon card from some returns I did last month. I didn't know what I was going to do with them. And then I had quite a little bit of money on, worth of Amazon points. So I had about half of this thing paid for just from the negative Amazon balance and those points. So, hey, I'll take it. Well, with everybody being off yesterday and returning back to work, we got a little bit of a gamble on what the traffic's going to be like up here today. Something in our favor is that school's out, and I don't know what school traffic uses an expressway, but for some reason when school's out, Traffic tends to always be pretty damn low. All right, let's see what we got. Here's the telltale curve. Am I going to have traffic or not? And the answer is not. Hell yeah, this is great. I am off today, but this is the route to work. The best part about today is that I'm not actually going to work, which is very nice. Yesterday and today are the first days I've had 2 days off in a row since I started working at first back in January. The split days off thing is, it is what it is. I've worked in retail for about 18 years before I left, did some other things, property management, etc. So coming back to split days off is, I guess it's something I'm used to most of my adult life, so nothing new. What I don't like is, in my previous role where I did split days, I at least had Sunday off, like Sunday and Wednesday or Sunday and Thursday. And this one, I've complained about it before, so clearly it's on my mind a lot. I work both Saturday and Sunday every single weekend. It's hard, man. It's not hard to go to work. You go to work 5 days a week regardless, right? But when all my friends are off on weekends and my wife is off on the weekends and, grandson's home on the weekend, it makes it a lot tougher to not be there at least one of those days. So both of my days off are just, by myself. Sometimes I'll meet up with Shay Tree and Shay, or, another one of my friends, Kyle, will take off work or happen to be off that day and we'll meet up. Anyway, I'm not bitching. Look at this view. I know I point it out every single time I come over the bridge, but I point it out every time because I love it every single time. There's not a time since I've been in Florida for over 9 years that I haven't stopped just to look at the water when I'm going across it. Pinellas County, Florida, never change. This is the detention facility, sheriff's office. You got county jail, juvenile jail. Pretty sure the women's jail is over here. And what better place to put an institute of youth education than this Bayside High School directly across the street? That might actually be a pretty good leverage tool for behavior. It's like, we're not sending you to detention, little Bobby. We're going to send you right across the street. Let them straighten you out over there. Might not be able to get paddlings anymore, but I know somewhere you can go. I bet they have some of the best behaved kids in the whole freaking state. All right, he said he's going to be there at 9. I said, okay, I'll be there. It's 9 o'clock on the dot, and we're right here. So, not bad timing. The place we're turning into, Mike's Pizza, also does speedometer repairs. Hey, we need to repair my odometer. It's got way too many miles on it. No way I rode all these miles. All right, I've never actually been here. Mike's Tap House. I could go for a beer right now. God, this looks like something out of Grand Theft Auto, man. Like you're coming down to meet somebody. Here we go, baby. Oh, he's already got a client. This guy stays busy, man. Absolutely stays busy. All right, made it down here. Already has another client here. He's got more stuff going on inside the garage. Guy's a busy man. I know we keep him busy with all of our inventory bikes. So let me show you real quick some things that we're going to check out after we're done. You see, we've got some scratches here. This is wear marks, and then up here on the tank, a couple scratches. Not sure where those would have come from. Looks like some kind of Wolverine got a hold of it or something. But obviously the wheel, what are we going to call that? Parmesan encrusted pizza cutter that we have going on there. Not really a big fan of that. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what he's going to do when we get it back. Don't know when we're going to get it back. Could be this afternoon. We made this appointment a long time ago. It might be later on this week, but we'll see. All right, as promised, we're going to talk a little bit about Josh. It's called Detail Done Right.
Details Done Right.
Nice. How can they reach you?
They can reach me at 727-254-8837.
Perfect. And I'll put the address over here too so you can come bother him at work. Put it right here on the screen. How you like that? He's also got, I want to show you guys this bike here. He's got this 2006 Road King that I just took in on trade like a week and a half ago. I can't wait till this thing's all done. The guy who traded this in bought another Road King, and his wife's about to buy a Street Glide. I like that snakeskin seat a lot. If you want to get some hell yeah brother shit going on, that's it right there. And just like that, we're back in the chariot of my beautiful bride. So Josh told me after I turned this off, he's like, I said, hey, when's it going to be? Today, tomorrow? I mean, I don't really expect anything like that to be done in one day, and it's not. He said definitely tomorrow at the earliest. So it actually could be a couple days, which is fine. And I work right up the road here, like not even 2.5 miles. So like most of our inventory bikes, I'm sure he's just going to bring it over there, and then I'll figure out the vehicle shuffle like I had to last week. But so we're gonna go to this spot called Kimmy D's for breakfast, a place that folks at work always go to and speak highly of. And since we're over here, I'm like, hey, let's try it out. We pull up in here, we see all these trucks like halfway off the road, and she's like, oh, you know what, I can do it too in my Jeep. This is probably the most off-road she's ever been on her Jeep right here. So you got one whole wheel off the road. What are you talking about? You know this place is going to be good, because anytime you get like the nondescript plaza restaurant right next to a criminal defense attorney and a bail bonds place, you know the breakfast got to be bussin'. So let's get in there. Yo, these two, they got Hungry Man. Yo, man. Yeah. Actually, she tried to order a la carte. She's ordering all this stuff, and then she's like, you should have just got the Hungry Man. That's exactly what she got. So she pieced together a menu item. So clearly it's something that's been ordered in the past, and they decided it was popular enough to get it together. This has got, yeah, this is definitely, look at this. This is, what a spread. What a spread. No, you got your toast right in front of you. Oh, buddy. All right, here we go. Nieces and nephews, it's now Friday, it's 3 days later, and I actually picked up the night train on Wednesday from his shop. But you see these clouds up here, we're at that time of year where we have small windows of both sunshine and then death and destruction from above. But so I thankfully I work at a spot where we have some sort of storage facility, and I kept it over here in our biker barn until today because I'm off. Wife brought me over here, going to take it back home while we have sunshine, because once again this afternoon it's supposed to be pretty nasty. But let me show you how good this thing came out. I don't know if you remember the scratches here. They're still very small remnants. He said those are kind of deep, but he got them out by wet sanding. I mean, he polished the chrome on the spoke wheels. He hand polished this cast aluminum wheel. Oh my God. What a giant difference. When I looked at him and asked him about that wheel, he gave me a look. He said, dude, I got 3 hours on that wheel. So he spent some time on it, and it looks amazing. Yep, back here we had some rough spots and some scratches, got those out. That wrinkle paint, I think they call it wrinkle paint, you know, the bed liner looking stuff. He's got some special stuff that he uses for that. It looks brand new. I mean, this motorcycle is absolutely clean. We're almost done. We're almost done with everything that I want to do to it. Tires have been changed. Grips have been changed. Detailing has been done. I got brake pads at the house and a rear brake switch for the light back there. I'm going to do a service on it, and then she's ready to go. She's ready to go. But for now, we're going to get on the road. I got to get this thing back to the house. It's my day off, and unfortunately, as a grown man, day off doesn't really mean day off. I have a lot of things to do, and yeah, we're going to get back and get started. All right, boys, let's get on the road. Wife is in the old Volkswagen. We actually had the Volkswagen in the shop for the last eight days. I'll tell you a little bit about that. Oh, Bert's Barracuda Harley Davidson. I do like working here. Or at least I like being surrounded by motorcycles all day. You know what I mean? Oh, look at those clouds. Man, I know you guys know how rain works, but you can watch all these clouds individually in the sky. And then throughout the day, you can watch them kind of do the Voltron thing and all combine with each other and make one giant cloud rainstorms of death. Boy, she sounds good, don't she? Man, oh man. The bike is so classic. So classic Harley Davidson. No, not panhead classic or shovelhead classic. Just, I don't know, the look and feel just reminds me of my teens, early 20s. At least back to the channel related stuff. I'm talking kind of low right now, like low volume, because I got this new Cena, as we mentioned. Speaking of warranties, like we talked about earlier in this video, got this new Cena, like I mentioned, and the microphone is a different style and it's a different length than the one that I had before. So it's still a little bit close to my mouth. And I was listening to some footage that I recorded on Tuesday when I brought the bike up here to get detailed, and it sounds a little bit blown out. I mean, I guess technically I could have used the other microphone that I had instead of sending it back, but I didn't send the entire thing. Thankfully, I still had the box. I mean, I think that warranty's kind of a scam. It's nice to give you 2 years, but before they would even let me ship it back to them, you know, with an RMA, I had to provide the original receipt and a picture of the barcode. Thankfully, in some cases, I'm kind of a pack rat. And I'm not a hoarder, I don't have a whole lot of stuff, but for some reason, I had kept that Cena box from 2 years ago. Actually, I know the reason. The box is perfect size. I store a lot of GoPro accessories inside of it. So I had it. I was able to take that. I called up to Cycle Gear where I bought it from. They emailed me a copy of the receipt from 2 years ago. So I had those things. But it's like, what? I mean, you kind of have to bank on. If you're Cena, you kind of have to bank on people don't have their receipt in their original box to take a picture of the barcode. Just so happens that I did. You know, maybe I'm one of the few, but I feel like they want you to do those kind of things. I mean, sure, it's a little bit of protection for them to make sure you really bought this thing, but it's also kind of a way for them to get out of that 2-year warranty. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I think it's kind of shady. All right, y'all. So we are back at home. It is several days later. It's actually maybe a week. Yeah, it's a week later, actually. And I haven't been riding the night train. I want to really keep the miles down on it. I've got a couple videos I want to do, but I don't want to put a lot of miles on it. I also want to reduce the risk of something happening catastrophic while I'm out on the night train. Then I'd kind of be left empty-handed with a giveaway bike. But I noticed on the way home, back from having it detailed, that in 6th gear, if I goosed it, it would actually come out of gear a little bit. So I text Shelby and I asked him, I said, hey, do I need to change the clutch on this thing? He goes, first thing you need to do is adjust the clutch. Could be just as simple as that. I hope it is. If not, I'm prepared to change the clutch. It's only a couple $100 to buy a new one. Doesn't look too labor intense. I've looked into it, not too bad. So we're gonna get in there today and adjust the clutch. I'm pretty nasty right now. I just did my yard work. Look at my yard. So I figured before I get myself all cleaned up and get all this nasty sweat off of my body, I'll do the clutch adjustment in case I run into any problems and I'm out here longer than I anticipated. So let's get to it. Okay, theoretically, this is a 15-20 minute job, but if you guys know me at all, you know that I have a good tendency of taking these 15-minute jobs and turning them into multiple hour ordeals simply by way of bad luck. What I'm anticipating, if I have any problems, is that I'm going to strip one of these heads off of this derby cover bolts. I've done it before. I'm trying to not to do it now. Alright, before I went any further, I went ahead and grabbed a towel so I can lay this derby cover on there without messing up that wrinkle finish. Yeah, see? Good thing I did. Because there it goes. Bike leans over so far, the front end is lifted up because of the inverted forks being a lot higher. So I'm not surprised that we're leaking primary fluid down on the towel here. Okay. Not surprised at all. 11/16 as always. Now ideally I'd have an offset wrench here so I could put the Allen wrench inside of that to hold it, but I don't have that. Hopefully this comes loose without any problems. There we go. Okay, we'll adjust this guy. Oh, these are a lot bigger. Holy smokes. They are 1/2 inches. Well, I don't have another 1/2 inch wrench, so we're gonna hope that this 12 does the trick. 12 does not do the trick, so okay, adjustable wrench it is. See, I don't mind using an adjustable wrench on something like that to keep it stationary. So we're gonna have to get another 1/2 inch while we're out and about next time. We're getting all of the tension out of this cable. We want it completely slack. All right, you can tell it worked because this clutch lever is just, oh, it looks kind of janky, huh? All right, you guys have seen this part before. We did all that basically just so we could get to this. Okay, so there's where it snugs up. And from the snug point, we need to do a 1/2 to a full turn. So I'm gonna do a 3/4 turn, which is gonna put me about down here on this angle. So there's that, boom. And we'll get this 11/16 in here. There we go. Doesn't have to be gorilla tight, just a little bit taut, as we say. All right, now we're going to take everything we just did here. It doesn't take very long to do. I think the most annoying part is getting this thing all tightened up. Oh, so I can just use this top one, I think, to drive it down. Yeah, that's what we'll do then. That way I'm not fighting it the whole time. How about that? Work smarter, not harder, which is not something that you would normally see from me. Okay, just a hair more. You only want about 1/8 of an inch of play up by the... Okay, it's a little hard for me. I need more hands, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. But when I pull this out, that's about 1/8 of an inch. That it pulls. Man, I can't really zoom. There we go. That it pulls. So we are adjusted. All right, last step. So when you put this back on, there is a torque spec and a torque order. I didn't look up the torque spec, but it's not very tight. It's just snug. That's good enough. I don't know the exact pattern. I could look that up. That's very easy to look up. But as long as you get it in this general order here, you basically don't want to go around in a circle, right? You kind of want to do opposites. So one more pass. I did the top one. I did this one. I did this one. I did this one. And the last one. And that should do it. All right, so that's going to wrap that one up. The only way I'm going to know whether that worked or not is to get out and ride it, get up into 6th gear, goose it, and see what happens. It's a little warm right now. I'm already sweating just from doing this. I'm going to get it cleaned up, wait till a little bit later in the day. We're going to shoot out and see if that works. See you then.
All right, nieces and nephews, I said we're going to wait till later in the day, but I didn't specify when later. I chose the hottest, the dead heat of the day. Let's get going. Oh boy, I really didn't have any intentions on riding at this part of the day, but we're actually starting another video on the night train. Shade Tree called me. We've been talking about doing some filming together on the night train for a couple weeks now, and finally we're gonna get it done. So I'm like, I'm gonna knock out a couple birds with one stone, you know what I'm saying? I've got all my stuff packed up on the motorcycle in a combination of the swing arm bag and strap for the sissy bar. We got to do the front brakes, the rear brakes, and the rear brake switch. Hopefully I'll be able to get into 6th gear on one of these roads. Yes, it will be slightly breaking the law, but you can't break the law on your way to your friend's house. When can you break the law? I guess anytime, as long as you don't get caught, right? Even if you get caught, you still broke it. Anyway, everything we do in life is a choice. All right, if I could squeeze in between these two, or if one of them would go faster than the other, I could really get around here and do what I'm trying to do. But neither one of them look like they're very interested in accommodating my wants and needs. How dare they? How dare they not take old Uncle Bogator into consideration? All right, 6th gear, baby, here we come. All right, I don't know if I'll be able to catch it on camera or not, but last week when I was bringing this home, if I gunned it, there we go. The 6th gear indicator light would go off. Looks like we have fixed the problem. I am very pleased. I am very pleased. All right, onward and upward we go.
All right, y'all, that is going to wrap this one up. It was so nice finally getting this thing detailed. I've been looking forward to that for so long, like I mentioned in the video. She looks so much better. Now it's up to me to keep it clean, at least until the winter's drawn and they come and pick up the bike. So after that, it's up to you. I had a lot of fun in this one, you know, taking it out there, advertising, details done right by Josh. He's a great dude. Give him a call if you're local. Need any detail work done. He does cars too, but he specializes in motorcycles. As of right now, we are closing in on the halfway point on the stickers for the Night Train giveaway. So UncleBogator.com, got a little bit of time left, got about half the stickers left. Don't wait till the last minute. I'm about to start doing some local things. Anyway, I appreciate you coming along for this video and all videos. And until next time, we'll see you later.